This is going to be a spoiler free video. I'm not going to spoil anything, but you will get some cool recommendations and my insane unhinged reactions. Okay, so I'm doing a readers challenge thing. I haven't done this before and I'm so excited about it. Okay, so just for the introduction, I will tell you that I'm the type of girl who always went back to, dark romance. Like that's like, how you always have one genre that you always go back to, like which is your top genre. That was dark romance for me. But like lately I have been more and more reading soft romance, young adult, romantasy, all of that. And I really want to get back to dark romance again. And because of this, I was like, you know what? Let me challenge myself to read back to back dark romance books. And that would like really get me out of this. It's not a slump, but like really get me into dark romance all over again. Now, obviously, I've read the famous ones already, like the Royal Elite, Legacy of God series, the Cat and Mouse duet, Sinner's duet, and what else? Devil's Night series. All of that I've already read. But the recent ones that came out and the underrated dark romance, like the good ones, I haven't read. So I'm going to challenge myself to read dark romance back to back. I know it's going to mess with my mind like usual, but I love it. And I just want, like the darker, the questionable, the better. So I've chosen like 5 or 6 books that I'm going to read, and one of them, I think two of them are trilogies. So I don't know if I'm going to choose them, but like I have already started Insatiable by Leah Rivers. I have never heard of this author, never heard of this book, but one of my followers came into my DMs and suggested this to me, and I went to Goodreads and read the blurb, and I was like, oh my god, I need to read this. I'm so excited. I will give you all the updates. So I read like 5 chapters, and I think I got the story. It's kind of like they are both really young. It starts when they meet each other at 15, and it's really dark, by the way. They both have like such dark past. Oh my god. Like I'm a little bit traumatized already. And he is obsessed with her first, and now 6 years later something happened. She betrayed him or something happened, and they are not speaking to each other anymore, and they are like separated. But he is her best friend's brother. So obviously she is going to go to her best friend's house, and so there's this forced proximity. They just can't stay away from each other type of thing. And I really want to know what happened, like why. And he has blocked her now, like something, but he's still obsessed with her. Like he cannot control himself around her, all of that. And I really want to know what happens. But yeah, I'm not going to give you any spoilers. Should have said this before, but yeah. Oh, this book is like dark, like things that have happened, things are still happening to the main characters. It makes me want to cry because they're so horrible, and none of them, they are still 21, and these things have been done to them for like years now. And because it's a dark romance, it is like mentioned in a very graphic detail. It's like you feel like it is happening to you. So please check trigger warnings before reading this book. I forgot to tell you, but this is like the trilogy by Leah Rivers. It's called the Edge of the Darkness trilogy. um, okay, so on the brighter side, they are like always forced to be together somehow, and I don't know what happened, but something happened between them, and he thinks that she is heartless, that she betrayed him. Also, like they have matching tattoos. so so they were really like in a relationship, really in love with each other like before, but something happened. But now like they are forced together. They have to go to the airport or something, but the flight delayed or something, and now they have to go to a hotel and there's only one room, so they're getting the one bathroom. And when I tell you, they are so attracted to each other, like it's visceral. Like when someone like brushes by, or like he brushes by her, or like she is she's sitting nearby him. It's mentioned in such graphic detail. It's so good. They're both obsessed with each other, both of them. Now let's see what happens. 70% done with the first book, and I have so much to say. I'm in a washroom. Like I had to come to uni to do a group assignment or whatever. I did not expect this, but they were each other's first kiss, and now they are both 21, and something happened. She betrayed him. Now I know what happened, and it makes sense, okay? I understand why she never told him, never clarified anything to him. But like, he was so cute to her when they were 18. He was so soft, and he was so nervous, like shy to talk to her, and so obsessed. Oh my god. And now he's 21, and something has happened in these 2 3 years that he's like killing people left and right. One person disrespected her, and he just shot him in the head, like in the next moment. Are you kidding me? Also, like, two things that are like really annoying me in this book is, one is that he is her best friend's brother. Okay, so why is his sister like always like, oh, don't be with him? Like, that part is not explored, so I think that annoys me. And another is, he's 21, he's only 21, and he's killing people like that. I mean, obviously he's killing people for money and he's kind of enjoying it, but like, he has a Bentley, he has a private jet, he has so much money, he has 100 people working for him, and he's only 21. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. Also, I totally forgot to tell you guys that his dad is like a certified psychopath. Like, he is locked away in an institution, and he's such a psychopath. He's a killer, and he's not allowed in public, like that type. So he's always scared that he is going to be like him. And to be honest, his dad is kind of wholesome to him, like, like, is a good father and all of that, but he also kills people. So like, my mind is so messed up. I cannot decide what is good and what is bad, and that is exactly what I wanted from a dark romance book. So I'm happy about it. Almost done with it. Like, 2 or 3 chapters are left, and oh my god, they are so toxic. Like, toxic with a capital T. And they do it next to a dead body. Dead body. You know what? Does it make it weird that I was like, in the beginning there are list of trigger warnings, and there was like, it was mentioned that, you know near a dead body, all of that. So I knew that this was going to happen, but I was still so shocked, because you know why? Because I was expecting a different dead body. Her stepbrother is the one who is physically abusing her, and she has scars all over and bruises and everything. So I was hoping that Cade, like the main male character, Cade would kill him, like, her stepbrother. But no, he's someone else. He still hasn't found out that, and I think that's going to happen in the next book, or maybe in the last book. I don't know. I think it is going to happen in the second book. And oh my god, there was a conversation between her and his father, like, the psychopath, the certified psychopath. He is a whole another level of dark. Like, I cannot even explain to you. Oh my god. And it is very, very spicy. Like, very, very. Like, at times I was like, wow. But also, like, I'm going to finish this book probably in half hour or 1 hour or something, and probably in 30 minutes. Yeah. So I'm thinking, should I continue the series and finish the trilogy, or should I read some other book? I'm really excited to read a standalone, which is also dark romance, but it's mafia dark romance, and I'm like really excited about that. So I think I'm going to finish this book and then read that one. Yeah. Okay, so I finished Insatiable, and oh my god, what was that ending? Like, I want to read the next book, but I'm also really excited. I want to read some standalone. So I started this dark mafia romance. It's called Tainted by Gheeti Nusrati. I hope I'm not butchering her name. But like, I've heard about this book. I actually saw only one quote on Bookstagram on some 7-second reel, and I was like, oh my god, I have to read this. Like, it was something dreamy and romantic, but kind of dark, but like really dreamy. So I was like, I'm reading this. I only knew that it is some dark mafia romance. That's it. But like, I'm now 5 chapters in, and it is also a marriage of convenience. By the way, he forces her to marry him. That's the whole plot, but I'm not gonna spoil it. But like, there's marriage of convenience, and like, the fifth chapter that I am on right now, he just kidnapped her, because obviously she's not willing to give in to his terms. So he just kidnapped her, and obviously it's going to be enemies to lovers because they hate each other. And he is so dark, and he has that. Also, his name is Roman. There are some names, fictional man names, that just do it for me. Like Tristan, Roman. It's so like It emits such a dark aura. This book is so addicting. Like, I just started and I was like 5 chapters finished. And I was like, what? I just started 5 minutes ago, but it had been like, a long time. I didn't even realize it. I think this is the type of book that you can finish in one sitting. And this is the type of book that I was looking for, to read in this video. Something which is very addicting and fast paced. And the tropes are like, to the point that I would love. Yeah, I'm really excited, but alas, I have an assignment, so I have to finish it. I'm hoping that I finish it today. So if I finish it today and submit it, then I can read this book tomorrow in peace. I feel like I feel like I can finish this book in a day because this is just that type of book, and I have already decided which book I'm going to read next. It is so dark, so dark. I'm even excited about that, but like, I will give you update about. Honestly, I didn't even want to leave my sitting place and come here to update you, because I was like, I need to read more. I need to find out what happens. Yeah, I'll update you. I look like shit, don't mind me, but I've been reading Tainted Ties. But oh my god, this book is so addicting. Like, I'm halfway already, even if this is like the busiest week I've had in uni. And also, like, I've been resisting falling for him. I'm like, you know what? He forced her to marry him. Like, this is wrong. He's a mafia don. Don't fall for him. But I'm like, but he called her baby and took care of her when she passed out. Like, clearly my priorities are messed up. I'm going to amp it up. Like, the more books I read, the darker it's going to get. Like, heavy trigger warnings and all of that. This one, I think, is kind of tame. Obviously, it is very dark and heavy trigger warnings, and because like, he basically kidnapped her and then married her, and even if the contract is kind of over, he's not letting her go. Oh my god, I had the best day ever. I mean, it was insanely hectic, and I'm going to be free for 2 weeks because my semester is going to end. I'm so happy about that. But anyways, because you have been such a good girl watching my video, I have a bonus recommendation for you. Okay. So it's mafia dark romance. It's single dad. She's a nanny slash bodyguard for his kid. So there is a forbidden romance as well. It's crazy good. Like, oh my god, this is my first time reading a webtoon, but it's not going to be the last. I'm telling you. Someone was staring at me. Anyways, so the name is The Mafia Nanny. Okay, reading update about Tainted Ties. Still not done with it, but it's more like, enemies to lovers, and obviously he's dark and there's a lot of like dark elements and trigger warnings in that. But I think it's going to become more intimate, like, like. And I don't know why, but Roman is giving me Remo vibes, like, Remo from Twisted Pride. I know Remo was darker, but like, they are the same vibes. They're both like very dominant and mafia leader, and they are both like, dedicated to their wives. Yeah. Okay. But the next book I'm going to read, I'm not going to tell you the name, but one book is about a demon, another is about a psychopath, and another one is about serial killer. Some of them are so hyped up, like famous dark romance books. Like, if you like dark romance, you probably have heard of that or probably have read them. But I'm so excited to read them and give you my review. So it's midnight, 12:30 a.m. or is it p.m.? Yeah, whatever. It's midnight, and I'm officially done with my first semester. Like, I'm so proud of myself. I just did the last small assignment. I am almost done with Tainted Ties by Gheeti Nusrati, and it was just how I predicted. Like, the intimacy is out of the world. The things that he says, like, I'm telling you, you will forgive him. Like, you will forgive him, like, in like 10 seconds. You will not remember that he was the one who forced her to marry him, and that he kidnapped her and he's like holding her, in his house against her will. You'll forget all of that. Like, and it's so like the things he says. Like, there's one scene in which he confesses love to her, and he's like, I'm desperately in love with you. And she's like, you love me? And he says, yes, I'm desperately in love with you. And Even if you hate me, I would die a happy man because you felt something for me. Something for I swear to God, I screamed. I screamed inside my head. I was in public when I read that scene. Oh my god, like, did I just convince you to read this one? Finally finished Tainted Eyes. And to be honest, the ending, I don't know why, but the ending kind of put me in a slump. Like, I literally went to sleep. Like, I literally had to take a nap. The last few chapters was like slow, so slow that I had to like drag myself to finish it. And okay, so next up, I'm going to start a book which is about a psychopath. It's it's Where's Molly by H.D. Carlton. Like, we have to talk about H.D. Carlton books if you're talking about dark romance, right? I'm so excited. I think I'm going to finish it in one sitting. I probably would. Like, let's see, I'm really excited. Not related to this dark romance marathon, but TTPD is going to release soon, the Tortured Poets Department. You know, the new album by Taylor Swift. And oh my god, I'm so excited. It's going to be released in like 2 hours from now. And I feel like I need to film a video where I'm reacting to it because I'm obsessed with Taylor Swift. I'm a Swiftie. And also, like, I have so many theories. But okay, I won't talk about it much more now. But like, I'm going to film a video. So I started Where's Molly, and oh my god, the first chapter. When I tell you that H.D. Carlton writes whole another level of dark romance, I'm not even kidding. The first chapter was so like horrendous, and Molly is in the same situation that Adeline was in Hunting Adeline. You know, the second book of Cat and Mouse Duet. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you know, you know. I feel so bad. I feel like I don't know. I feel like there is a dark cloud hanging over my head. I feel, you know, this dark romance kind of gets to you. And I have this rom com in front of me. Wait, why did that shine like that? I have this rom com, and I don't know. It. I'm just tempted to start this, but you know what? I'm going to give myself today, like one day, to read however much dark romance books I want to read, and then I'm going to stop because it literally is playing with my mind. Like, you know, it is affecting my mental health. And I just randomly feel so dark right now for no fucking reason. Maybe the reason I was feeling bad was because I was sitting in dark. I was lying in dark under the covers in my dark room reading dark romance. So obviously I feel bad. But look at this view. Sometimes I can't believe that I'm in Canada. Okay, 5 chapters in, and I'm not kidding when I say that this dark romance books, this whole marathon is kind of messing me up. I mean, yesterday I really had to sit in the sun, eat my favorite food, drink a lot of water, and watch my favorite videos to become calm and normal. Like, and now I'm reading Where's Molly. I'm 5 chapters in. It's fucked up. It's so messy, and not messy, but like it's really, really dark. And okay, so Z organization is mentioned, Adeline Riley's novel is mentioned, and Cage, like the MMC, our main character, has appeared, and I'm so intrigued about that story. Let's see. I didn't know that this was a second chance romance. Apparently, he makes people disappear. Okay, so like, you know, he can erase someone's identity, and he does that with Molly. And they had a one night stand apparently, and now they are meeting again, and now he met her again. And also the thing with her pigs, like that's so fucked up. And you know what is dangerous, that he actually does all of this stuff. Like, he's basically a psychopath, kills people and all of that, and he works in a TV shop. Like, he sells TVs. Imagine you're in a store buying a phone or something, and the person who is selling you is a psychopath. You never know. You never know this shit. So the thing with the pigs, I'm not gonna spoil you, but like, how does she come up with this shit? Like, it's so fucked up, terrifying, triggering, traumatizing, weird. How is she coming up with this stuff? I don't know. Her father. Her father did what to her again? Oh my god, this is too dark, too dark. I do not judge her. I do not judge Molly for doing what she did, you know, with her father. I don't judge her at all. Like, whatever she's doing now, It's illegal, it's criminal, but I don't judge her. Like, her past is so terrible, so it's horrible, it's horrendous. But I do like Cage. Like, he's just the perfect type of psychopath. Fictional psychopath. I love his mom. Oh my god, his sister. His sister. Oh my god. That's so dark. Also, like, that I like the fact that there is not much smart in this book. I don't know, I'm just 70% in, so maybe the last 30% is a lot of smart. I don't know. But I like that there is less smart, more slow burn, more chemistry, and more of the plot, you know? He's talking about his sister, and it's making me cry. It's so sad. She was so wonderful. I literally can't stop crying. It is so fucking sad. So sad. Oh god. I know he's a psycho, okay? But he's a lovable psycho. Like, if you would read this book, you would love him. Like, the things that he says, some are so meaningful, adorable, intimate, and some are so dirty. But I love him. I love him so much. Finished the book. I think I finished this book in 3 hours, 3.5 hours or something. And oh my god, the ending. If you know, you know. Like, the ending was so good and wholesome in its own way. But like, wow. Also, I think, how many stars should I give this one? I love that it was very short and to the point. The plot was amazing. Just as much required, you know, nothing extra and unnecessary, which I loved. But also, if I compare this book with Cat and Mouse Duet, then this book pales, like, obviously, because Cat and Mouse Duet had so much plot, and also I'm like kind of attached to those characters. Um, I don't know. I think I would give it 4.4 stars or 4.5. I don't know. 4.4. 4.4 out of 5. Now I think I have two books in my radar. One is about a demon, which is also like paranormal thriller sort of, and another one is about a serial killer. I don't know which one should I read. Should I read about the serial killer? Yeah, I think that is a very popular one, by the way. Okay, I'm going to start that one. Okay, so I'm reading Butcher and Blackbird by Bryanne. They are both serial killers, by the way. She likes to kill other serial killers, and he kills. I'm not sure who he kills right now, but I'm only 2 chapters in, and it's. I didn't know that it was comedy. I thought it was a dark romance. I mean, obviously, it is dark, creepy, grotesque, but it's also a rom com. I've never read any book like this. Say much because I don't want to spoil, but he saves her from a situation in the first chapter, and now they are just sitting at a restaurant across the table discussing each other's kills, like, so casually. And it's very much reverse Grumpy Sunshine, okay? And also, he's a fan of her work. He's actually her fan. And now they have decided to, get into a competition, and whoever wins gets to kill someone first. That's fucked up. But I don't know, it's entertaining so far, so let's see. I am low-key bored. Like, why is this book so boring? But I'll continue reading. Let's see. I hope it picks up some pace. Do I find this guy annoying? Because this is weird, because it never happens. Because fictional men always do it for me. I never find them annoying. And yeah, right, I'm not into sunshine man, but like golden retriever man. But like, this guy is so annoying. I just I don't feel anything for him. And I'm low-key bored. I'm only on chapter 7. To be honest, I was going to like DNF this book because it got boring, but suddenly they are like cooking together. They are living in different cities, but they are on call and cooking together, and it became cute all of a sudden. So I'm continuing it. I'm like 33% in. Let's see. I'm home and I'm still reading. I'm like 43% in. He literally like beat the shit out of someone and killed them, and I was like, man, I didn't feel anything. Like 0% affected. I think I've been reading too much dark romance, and I still want to DNF it. It is so grotesque. It is creepy. I don't want to spoil, but if you have read that, he actually ate that. it was accidental, but still, I still want to DNF it. But like the competitive side of me is like, please keep going, you can do this. So I'm reading. Okay, the book became interesting now. I'm like at 51% or something, and they are still playing the game. Okay, like they are still like, who is going to kill someone first? But now they are going together, to kill a serial killer, and they obviously like each other. She obviously has she is obviously attracted to him, he is obviously attracted to her. I don't know why they are not telling each other. So it's like, they have feelings for each other, but they are not telling each other. And there's some like, does he like me? And he's like, does she like me? All of that. But there's like this forced proximity factor, because they are, always uh, because they are together to kill someone. So there's that weird forced proximity. But I feel like something is going to happen really soon. So they kissed. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I love it when in books one of them gets, one of them is in grave danger and is going to get killed, and the other one is like, oh my god, I can't lose you, I love you so much. I love it so much. Please tell me, why was I scrolling on my phone for an hour instead of reading? I hate it when it happens. Now it's time to eat. Should I eat or should I keep reading? Why do I waste time like this? Sorry, I was like lying down reading, so my hair are messier. Not gonna lie, it did got interesting for a while, but now it's boring again. I almost want to DNF it. I'm at 77%. Should I DNF it? But it's like only like 5 chapters left, and I do want to know what happens in the end. I'm pretty sure some action is going to happen. Oh my god, the plot twist! I never saw it coming. Oh my god, I'm not eating for a while now. I need to read this. I finished reading The Butcher and Blackbird, and honestly, I finished it last night, but then I just went to sleep. And you guys, I will give you a review in a minute, but I had a bone chilling nightmare last night. Like, nightmares are not very unusual for me because I do have them, but like, I haven't had them in like 4 or 5 months or so. And last night, oh god, like, so I was in my room. Even in my nightmare, I was in my room. And I hate this type of nightmares. I don't care if I'm in a dark dungeon or an abandoned forest or someone is chasing me. That's okay, because when I open my eyes, I'm in my room. So I can, tell myself that, okay, you're in your room, you're safe. But last night I was alone in my house. Like, there was no one, no one else. And I had this nightmare. So in my nightmare, I was lying in my bed and yeah, under my covers, everything, just as I was, really. And then I felt something crawling over my chest. Like, I felt a foot over my chest and then over my face, then over my forehead. Like something was trying to climb over me. And I have like a window, like, behind my bed. So I was like, okay, fine, let this creature crawl away through the window so that, it can just go away. But then I was like, oh my god, the window is closed. What should I do? In my dream, I was thinking all of that. Even in real life, the window was closed. And then suddenly a good thing happened, okay? And I opened my eyes in my dream, and I saw that my brother was there at the door, and he was like, why are you scared? I'm here. You don't have to be scared. And I was like, yeah, 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 right. And then I closed my eyes and went to sleep in my dream. And in real life, I woke up, and as I opened my eyes, it was dark and I was alone in my room. But I was like, oh, but my brother is here, so it's fine. So then I went to sleep, and it was 3 a.m. when I had this nightmare. 3 a.m. is the witching hour. You know that, right? Like, is this me or is this dark romance marathon messing with my head? I was going to read, guess what I was going to read today? I was going to read about a demon. And I was like, you know what? Let me not read that, but I'm going to read about another serial killer. Like, it's called Born Darkly by Trisha Wolfe. It is a serial killer romance, but it's kind of like Joker and Harley Quinn, because she is a psychiatrist and he's a serial killer, and she's assigned to his case, and she falls in love with him and he gets obsessed with her. And the reason why I'm starting this book is I have heard great things about it from my friend. Like, she's my trusted friend. She loves dark romance and she knows I love Damon Torrance. And I've read so many dark romance books, but no one comes close to him. No one. And she was like, "This is as close you can get." And I was like, you know what? I'm going to read this. It's about Butcher and Blackbird. I didn't really like that book, but I think after 50% or something, it got really interesting and I loved the plot twist. Not gonna tell you, don't worry. And I loved the way he proposed to her. Like, in the end, it's happily ever after. So, like, it was weird, it was bizarre, and it was fucked up, but like, it was so them that I loved it. Also, the last chapter, I know that this has a second book and it is about her best friend and his brother. Love it, by the way. I'm so excited to read the next book. I think I'm going to like the second book more than the first one. But like, in terms of stars, I would say it was a 3 star. Even that's like pushing it, because multiple times, like 5 or 6 times while I was reading the book, I was like, I want to DNF this. I don't want to read this. I literally had to force myself to, like, drag myself to read this book. So I think it's 3 out of 5 stars. Yeah. I'm really excited about the next book though. Oh my god, you guys. This book is too good. Like, I am only on the third chapter, and oh my god, I am so intrigued by this entire book. I think I'm going to read the second book as well. I don't know, it's so good. It's like, if you like, like mindfuck type of dark romance that would really, like, mess with your mind, and and has a lot of thrill and mystery and courtroom drama, and something that makes you think a lot, then this book is for you. And oh my god, just I shouldn't be attracted to him, but I'm not attracted to him yet. But like, I'm so intrigued about him. I want to know why he is in jail. Why? And I know that he has committed like 5 murders and he's a serial killer, but his identity is like hidden from the public for obvious reasons. And now he is facing a death penalty, and she is going to save his life, basically. I don't know how she will do that, but let's see. And I don't know how they are going to develop a romance. Like, I can't see that. Let's see what happens. I just got to his POV, this third chapter. His point of view is appearing for the first time. I think I'm just going to read you. Ugh. I'm just going to read a few lines for you. Just. Okay. It's, oh my god. Okay, so his name is Grayson, and her name is London. Okay, Dr. London Noble. That's her name. Okay, Grayson. Now he is talking about her. She has quirks, likes and dislikes, fears, all the little intricate details that make up her personality. I love dissecting her. She wears glasses instead of contacts. She braids her long dark hair, twirling it into a bun instead of cutting it short. She doesn't paint her nails. She always leaves one infuriating button undone on her blouse. She crosses her ankles instead of her legs. That is until we talk about my deeds. Then I watch her cross those long legs, thighs squeezed tight. She doesn't like noise. She enjoys complication. Her smiles are rare, her approval even harder to earn. She suffers back pain due to some injury but pretends it doesn't affect her. She is petite, practically the size of a doll compared to my 6 feet. Yet she allows no one to look down to her. She is afraid of aging, becoming obsolete. But the single most interesting thing about my psychologist is this: I make her curious. Not in a professional sense, though I'm sure that's how it started. A small flame sparked into existence, but the deep seated, scary curious. The kind of curious that drives good girls bad. I'd love to tangle her up in my web and feast. Like, did you feel that? Did you feel that? I felt it. I felt it. 5 chapters in. This is so fucked up. Like, on every single level, but I can't stop reading. So they just touched each other. I feel like my skin is on fire. It was nothing. They just touched each other for the first time. But oh my god, why am I feeling so much? I'm loving this book too much. It is very, very dark, and it is, like, fucking with my head, but I'm loving it. Hello everyone, it's a beautiful day outside. I just woke up. I had to sleep because I couldn't sleep last night much, but I'm back to reading again. Way he talks about, the world and about the people that he killed in his POV is so like he talks about it in such a seductive way. It's almost messed up. Like it is messed up, and you know it's also, but like you kind of enjoy it in a way. And I love that this book is so accurate, like the terms that are used by the lawyers, or the things they say, like the terms that they use. You can read the book and tell that this book is like well researched. It's not like, oh, this happened, oh, this happened, and you just have to believe it. No, we get a lot of information, and there's so much depth and detail. And because of that, I think I'm enjoying this book a lot more. 65%. And I do want to talk about it. I really do want to talk about what's going on, but I don't want to spoil it. So I can't say much, except that I'm so deeply engrossed with this story. Like, I swear to God, I didn't even highlight anything, like anything, because I was like, I need to know what happens next. And also, like, I have been one of my friends who actually, like recommended this book to me a long time ago. I'm talking to her, like I'm ranting to her about everything, about every scene, like, oh my god, this happened, oh my god, this happened. Or I'm just asking her that should I read the second book or not. And we both love Killian from God of Malice by Rena Kent. Let me comment this one. Yeah, and she said that she said that she loves Grayson more than Killian. And I was like, we both love Killian so much. And I was like, if you love him more than Killian, then he is definitely something. Now my expectations are all time high. And yeah, I'll be back with more updates soon. I'm just basking in the sun, like a cat and reading. But I just came on here to tell you that please read the trigger warnings before reading this book. This book is not for the faint of the heart. And your mental health is more important than any form of entertainment out there. So please put your mental health first, read the trigger warnings, and then read this book. I'm not sure if I'm going to start the second book. I just checked on Goodreads. 270 pages. So I'm kind of tempted, but like my mind is in tatters. Did I love the book? Yes. Is it dark and triggering? Yes, 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 100 times yes. And it's just, at one point, I just went to the kitchen and I was like, should I eat something? And I just paced around in my room. And at one point, I was just staring at the window, like, looking at the squirrels playing under the tree. I was like, I need a break. I need a break. So that should tell you that this book is very, very triggering. But I think this book is gold for someone who loves psychology. I love psychology. Like, I am very fascinated with people's behaviors. So if you love that, then you would love this book. And also, if you like, books with MMC, who is a criminal, like, someone who has an antisocial personality disorder is a criminal or a serial killer, then you would love this book. It's also like not very long, but like very to the point, and the writing is amazing. But in terms of stars, I don't know how much four seems very less, but five seems too much. I think I'm going to give this 4.5, 4.5 or 4.4 out of 5. This book was really good. And I just checked on Goodreads and there are like such low ratings. I don't get it. I need to rectify that. Should I read the second book or should I not? Okay, so I'm finally stopping this dark romance marathon. I think I have read 5 dark romance books back to back. And I know you have been waiting for the demon book, but like that is her soul to take. And I will read it. I have already planned to read it with one of my friends. but not right now. And I'm also like not in the mental state to read the second book madly. I do want to read it, it's short and I'm interested in the characters, but like tonight I'm also going to be alone and I don't want to suffer from another bone chilling nightmare. So I think I'm going to curl up with a book which is like really comforting, a book that feels like a hug, you know? I really need that. And so I think, yeah. So all of these five books in the end, I would like to tell you that please read the trigger warnings first, okay? And for sure, dark romance books are fun. I would be the first person to tell you that, but please read it only when you are feeling like reading it, because reading is supposed to be fun, okay? You are not supposed to make yourself or force yourself to read something just because it's popular or someone said that it was fun. So check the trigger warnings and only then read it. And even then you can, you know, stop in between if it feels like too much, or if it feels, you know, overwhelming to you. So yeah, I had so much fun filming this video. Like, this is the first challenge that I have ever done on booktube, like me reading a specific genre of books back to back. This was like really fun. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to do it again with some other genre or some other challenge. So if you want me to read any other books, like any specific books, then please do tell me in the comment section down below. And if you have any other dark romance recommendations, then please give me, you know, I'm always looking for new books. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll be back soon with another cool video. Okay, bye.